Zombies. The very word sends shivers down the spine, conjuring images of decaying corpses with an insatiable hunger for living flesh. For centuries, these creatures have haunted our nightmares and captivated our imaginations. Why are we so fascinated by the undead? Perhaps it's the primal fear of death and the unknown that draws us to zombie lore. Or maybe it's the thrill of imagining ourselves surviving a post-apocalyptic world overrun by the undead. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain. Zombies have an undeniable hold on our collective psyche. From ancient folklore to modern-day movies, zombies have evolved over time, reflecting our deepest fears and anxieties. They represent the breakdown of society, the loss of control, and the fragility of human life. But are zombies merely figments of our imagination? Or is there more to these creatures than meets the eye? Let's delve into the world of zombies, exploring their origins, myths, and the possibility of their existence. The concept of zombies has roots in various cultures around the world. In Haitian folklore, a zombie is a corpse revived through black magic, often enslaved by a powerful sorcerer known as a bokor. These zombies are typically depicted as mindless automatons, stripped of their free will. Ancient legends from different parts of the world also feature creatures resembling zombies. In Norse mythology, the Draugr were undead beings that guarded their graves, attacking anyone who dared to disturb their rest. Similarly, in Chinese folklore, the Zhengshi were reanimated corpses that hopped around, seeking out living beings to drain their life force. While these ancient tales may seem far-fetched, they laid the groundwork for the modern zombie archetype. It was in the 20th century, however, that zombies truly rose to prominence in popular culture. The 1968 film Night of the Living Dead by George A. Romero is widely credited with popularizing the modern zombie as we know it, a flesh-eating ghoul driven by an insatiable hunger. Romero's film set the template for countless zombie movies, books, and video games that followed, cementing the zombie's place in horror fiction. From a scientific perspective, the existence of zombies as depicted in fiction is highly improbable. The process of decomposition begins almost immediately after death, breaking down tissues and organs. For a corpse to become reanimated, it would require a complete suspension of natural biological processes, something that defies our current understanding of science. Furthermore, the idea of a virus or toxin that could reanimate the dead while simultaneously inducing a craving for human flesh is equally implausible. While there are known parasites that can influence the behavior of their hosts, such as the Ophiocordyceps unilateralis fungus that manipulates ants, none possess the ability to reanimate dead organisms or induce such specific and complex behaviors. However, the concept of zombies does touch upon real-world phenomena that share some similarities. Certain diseases and conditions can induce altered mental states, hallucinations, and aggressive behavior, leading some to draw parallels between these afflictions and the stereotypical zombie persona. Rabies, for example, is a viral disease that affects the central nervous system, causing agitation, confusion, and violent outbursts. While rabies does not reanimate the dead, its effects on behavior have led some to label it as a real-life zombie virus. Zombie lore is rife with myths and misconceptions. One common myth is that zombies are invincible and can only be killed by destroying the brain. While this may hold true in some fictional universes, there is no scientific basis for this belief. Another prevalent myth is that zombies are incredibly fast and agile. In reality, a reanimated corpse would likely be slow and cumbersome due to the deterioration of muscles and tendons. Zombies are often portrayed as mindless creatures driven solely by instinct. While this may be a convenient plot device in fiction, it's important to remember that zombies, if they were to exist, would be subject to the limitations of their decaying bodies and nervous systems. The idea that a single zombie bite is enough to turn a person into a zombie is also a product of fiction. While there are diseases that can be transmitted through bites, the notion of a virus spreading instantaneously and causing such a radical transformation is highly unlikely. It's important to approach zombie lore with a healthy dose of skepticism, separating the entertaining elements from the scientific impossibilities.